But I think everything's working now. I think we can solidly say everything is theoretically working. Possibly, maybe.
Well, your audio is coming through,
Truly, your confidence is boundless.
and there's my audio. So,
Woo.
Damn it.
all right, what have
Okay.
you fucked up already?
Discord, why are you typing the audio through those headset? Okay, now try and say something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
was it not
the
coming?
audio coming in clearer from the
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. It decided to rearrange all of my outputs. God, I
See.
Because that's the thing.
Oh, it does that. It definitely does that.
I love technology so much.
Yeah, technology's so great.
Why is this my current chosen field?
Anyway, hello,
Because you're
internet.
masochist?
Oh no, it's because most tech jobs literally just want someone who can breathe.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you need 20 years of experience. We're gonna be paying you $7. Like,
I mean, that's $5 more than the last place.
oh, Georgia.
Fuck
Welcome to
you.
Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9003. I'm your host, SneakyDevil. Technology is ass. Now, I don't have too much of a hand-rubbing plan for us tonight, but you know, I figure we can go back, look at some of the older shit that we never read.
That's a lot.
Oh god, there's a lot of Ruby crap here. Borderlands Ruby, Elder Scrolls Ruby.
This all sounds like horrible ideas.
Oh, it looks really dumb. The game show
boy.
of John Ark's dating life.
Oh, I mean,
That may be the dumbest.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Speaking of Chief, Halo Elder Scrolls crossover.
What?
The Arbiter's Dragon Shout.
You know what? Points for not going with with a Spartan on that, at least. Like 2 points. That's about it.
I'm sorry, what the fuck is this? Okay, you know what? I figured out which one we're doing.
Oh no.
We're doing this one because it has the words Virgin Planet in it.
What? Oh. Okay.
This is a fan fiction we're going to be covering. As always, you can get the links to it in the little Discord doobly-doo down below. Of
If you
course.
figure out how to operate the Discord diddly-doo, we suggest you seek mental assistance.
Oh, this is ongoing. Last updated March 15th.
When was it first published? 2015. Wow.
2015.
Better track record than us.
The Remnant Campaign. During the first Battle of Harvest in 2526, John 117 is nearly killed during combat and taken out until further notice. After a series of events, the UNSC Everest discovers an unknown planet. The strangest part of it all is that it hasn't been touched by the Covenant.
I'm already not liking this.
What? John's
This
orders
annoys
have
me.
changed from fighting on Harvest to entering this new world.
It sounds like a stupid way to justify.
Hey, yeah,
Okay.
John, I know we're like fighting these exterminating aliens of literally genocide, but we need you to go check out this planet. So chapter 1 is called The Virgin Planet.
Sneaky, do you think we're going to get John times planet?
No, I don't think even Ruby is that insane.
But are the fans?
I was gonna say, I don't know. It's pretty degenerate.
Possible. It's possible. The deep silence of outer space could be described as one sentence.
And that is...
Think Sneaky's already
Noiseless
broke.
content.
You're missing half the
What?
sentence there, but
I mean, it doesn't really change the sentence at all. That's not even a fucking sentence, Max. Pure, utter, noiseless content still does not make a sentence compared to noiseless content. Now it's
He is
just
correct.
actually, because there's an apostrophe there, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be content, not content.
That makes it even worse because that makes even less sense.
yes.
You know, I know. I'm aware. I'm just
Let me be
really
clear.
upset at the
I
English
know that
language
you
right
know.
now because things like this can happen.
Sound waves didn't project in space, making it an everlasting time of a hushed galaxy.
What is... Okay, I'm sorry. If you're using this kind of prose, you need to be doing original fiction so that people don't judge you as harshly as Sneaky's about to.
I'm judging so hard right now. The
I know,
vast
I can
area,
feel it.
the vast area known as the galaxy.
Oh, we're starting good tonight.
Oh boy. Was filled with billions upon billions of sentient life, varying in different shapes and sizes. Yes? Beyond that, trillions and trillions of worlds touching just beyond the cosmos that would lead to infinite mysteries that would be forever undiscovered.
Okay.
Alright.
What?
Somebody needs to call Willy Wonka. This man has stolen all the purple from his factory.
Yeah, I know, right? This is something, alright.
Ah. So, Sneaky, my phone has only just now decided to inform me that you are live.
Oh, am I live? Oh, shit.
Go, Chicken Dragon.
Today was just one of infinite discoveries to be made in a small alignment of unimportant dwarf planets.
Oh, is it a dwarf planet?
What? In a small alignment of unimportant dwarf planets floated a massive sphere of dirt and water.
I wish we could just skip this.
What?
Oh, you could if you pay $9.99.
And
My money is more important than my
Okay.
time right now.
an unknown green and blue planet among the stars. On the surface were white clouds turning on certain parts of the planet. The ocean, the ocean were vibrant blue.
I was hoping you were just being dyslexic. You were not.
Huh?
Say, regrettably, in this instance, he was not.
I was hoping you were being dyslexic there, but
No.
you weren't.
Covering almost 79 of the surface. And the parts of land...
There's a percentage sign there. That's one of those weird, like...
Of the surface and parts of land not touched covered. The remainder 21% left by land. Wait. What?
Hang on.
Wait, what? Covering almost 79% of the surface and the parts of land not touched covered the remainder 21% left by land?
This is redundant and stupid. This is poorly worded.
What?
Oh boy.
What? The land was left by land and therefore it was untouched by not being land?
Oh boy.
Quickly. Actually, you know what? I'll do it. I'm going to just highlight this sentence here. And I'm going to send this to Birdie. Just so Birdie can really get that feel.
Make sure you get her opinion.
Birdie, how does this make you feel? Its spinning rotation moved slowly, never changing its speed. What?
Why must we suffer this?
After an unknown amount of time, a pure white object made of glowing stone moved to the front of the world. Ah yes, the front of the world. Someone should get onto the aft of the world and take a picture. Being the front of the world.
This picture
Yes, the
taken
aft
from
of the
the
world.
world's
Very
aft.
important
Please
place.
point out on this picture of Earth, which is the front of Earth? When getting a further look at the monstrous object turned out to be the moon. What?
Huh.
However, it was not the moon. We all know it was a different one.
Nice.
That's how other planets work.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Arn immediately shutting nose down in the chat.
Oh god, what's going on now? Nose hair confirmed, paid by 10 cents. I knew it. It passed by just as slow, if not slower than the planet. What?
So much redundancy. So much stupidity.
I don't know what that means. What does it mean? On the right side of the moon. Ah, yes, the right side of the moon.
Oh, Sneaky, I do want to point out, by the way, as much shit as we're giving this guy, Generally, when referring to directions and things, it's a relative point of view in space, unfortunately, because there is no up or down. Up or down is whatever the viewer
No,
is.
I'm aware, Max. It's just he's never set a point of relativity to have that from.
No, he hasn't. But I'm left to assume that this is supposed to be narrated from uh over the shoulder, and we're gonna zoom out and find out it's John's shoulder we've been peeking over. If not, this is really, really poorly written narrative.
Yeah. But that doesn't justify this sort of shit. Like, on the right side of the moon, it was shattered like glass, massive pieces of pure white rock stayed by the moon's side in all directions, like a puzzle
boy.
that drifted apart. It slowly moved its way toward the right as it continued its round journey across the planet, across the background of both planets, laid billions of tiny stars and maybe even numerous planets.
Hey, hang on a second. Is that laid as an LAID or LAYED? Is that
That's LAYED.
okay? I'm pretty sure that is a past participle, but I don't think it's the same as LAID.
Likely no.
Pretty sure it's a slightly different definition.
What are we currently reading, says Shadow? Well, we are currently reading a Halo Ruby crossover in which Master Chief goes to Remnant because the UNSC was like, hey, I know we're fighting a war and all for our very existence, but we need you to check out this planet. That's the premise of this fic. So far, the author has had a hell of a time writing the narrative. Just waiting to be discovered by man.
Oh, never mind. Laid is technically correct, but it's archaic.
But
So-
past the fractured moon, more than a few hundred feet,
Okay.
was something unexplainable altogether. An even bigger object looming in the distance. I don't think you could have an object larger than the moon looming only 100 feet away from the moon and have literally nothing change about the moon.
I would say, if that was occurring, your entire planet would be fucked. Like, gravity
Kaboom.
and tides and really just
Everything you know and love.
so much wrong with it.
Indeed.
It
Pitch
it's like
black and immense in size. It was a man-made. It was a man-made based on the size and shape.
it was a man-made. I see.
Yes.
Is that the class of ship? Mhm.
It was a man-made based on the size and shape. Okay. Almost like a colossal black cloud with very defined features. What?
Mm.
But nothing could be seen through or past its massive size. It turned out then object was made of titanium.
Okay.
The worst part is he's not doing this. Sneaky's not like normally Sneaky's the one doing this. This is not Sneaky.
What does this have anything to do with the plot?
Chicken Dragon makes more sense than this.
The surface was becoming more visible now, and lights were coming from every corner of it. Now, as opposed to what? Minutes ago? Hours ago? Continents ago? It graciously flew through the empty vacuum of space like a knife through butter.
Is that actually written?
Yes.
Uh,
Um.
who's the author for this thing?
The author name is great. XX the chef. Chef Shipwreck 5897.
Here I was hoping you were gonna say Chef Boyardee.
No.
Is there an official Chef Boyardee fanfiction account? And if so,
likely.
how much Halo does it post? Is the real question.
Probably none.
Yeah.
Soon, though, more and more similar objects of varying sizes appeared behind. Behind what? The planet? The moon? First object? The massive shadowed objects approached closer and closer to the planet. Steadily, like water down a riverbank. What?
This makes no sense. The analogies are bad.
Soon.
This is almost as good as that Fate story I shared with you, Sneaky.
Oh god, yeah, that story. Holy
Tool
shit.
for the job, like a sledgehammer through drywall.
Yeah.
That
I'm
upset
sorry,
me
what?
Yeah.
That upset me so bad as someone who's been on like demo jobs before and construction stuff. That upset me more than it should have.
Well, because it's the wrong tool.
Max was reading this Fate story in which the author kept adding in alliteration, metaphors, and shit like that. And just they would just be so fucking out there. It would be just.
That also wouldn't make sense. Like, a sledgehammer is exactly what you want when you're getting rid of drywall, because you need to bust a hole in there to start tearing shit down.
Oh, what wasn't one of them like? It was as hot as a grill in July or something like that, and it's like what? What?
Listen, your grill should be hot no matter what the weather.
I think one of them,
assuming it's in operation,
cold like winter's breath, and it's like, wait, that analogy doesn't work here because the opposite of what you're saying is what's going on.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do. Cold as winter's breath is either referring to a literal issue, like it's literally freezing, or or you're describing a person in question who is cold towards someone or something, or just in general. That is not how they were using the saying is the problem. They weren't using it to describe a person's emotional state at the time. It was, oh god, it was like the physical situation or some shit. I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't want to remember though because it was bad.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was just
bad.
very unintelligent.
Soon, the largest one passed by the moon by mere meters. No.
I'd have some questions for my pilot.
No.
Jenkins, should we really be this close?
Yeah.
Jenkins, would you like to tell Admiral Keyes why you're sucking the moon off? No? Then pull away!
Why are they so close? What? They passed by the moon with only a few meters to spare? It's...
Oh boy. This is silly.
This is stupid.
Okay. It suddenly began to slow down. Suddenly. ... Then it halted its journey for just a few moments as it stopped.
Riveting.
When you looked closely upon the objects, you would be able to tell that it wasn't an object. It was actually a massive
Did
vessel.
they really use you?
Yes.
Let's be honest. That is the least of this author's sins.
I mean, that's not even necessarily a sin, depending on the narrative style, but, like, I think we need to get them a dictionary and explain to them that an object refers to anything that is inanimate.
It wasn't an object, Max. You see, it was a ship.
But an object is a ship by the definition of object in the noun variant.
It was a massive vessel constructed of metal plates that looked battered.
What is this? Where are they? What is going on? This is
Along
so dumb.
these places, wires, metal tubing, and red and blue lights could be explained.
I'm sorry. What?
Wait.
Wait,
Could
Along-
be explained.
along
no.
these places.
Oh, he is correct.
Wires, metal tubing, and hundreds of tiny, singular blue and red lights could be explained. The vessel looked ready for battle and looked strong enough to start one, even at a snail's pace.
Oh.
What?
This hurts.
This very much feels like a very, very new author who still is having trouble grasping the English language, which, their defense, that is a difficult thing to ask of someone.
Just understand the English language.
But Max, they're writing about Harvest, which means they had to have read Harvest.
That's true.
What, are they writing about Harvest?
They're writing about Harvest. Because the premise is that John gets wounded at Harvest, and instead of just putting him back out in the field after giving him medical treatment, they decide to put him on the bench and then send him on a space mission to space.
Are you sure this isn't them finding Remnant and this is supposed to be the middle of Jean's mission?
No, really. During the first Battle of Harvest, John is nearly killed during combat and is benched until further notice. After a series of events that occur, they discover an unknown planet, and the Covenant weren't there. John's orders have been changed from fighting on Harvest to entering the New World.
Okay, but again, the narrative goes out of its way to say that this is an unknown planet.
Here's the thing, right? If you have a wounded Spartan is still worth probably 200 Marines. So if you have a Spartan who you can't afford to send him back into full combat, but you're sending him to a planet that you know nothing about, that certainly hasn't been touched by the Covenant, and humanity isn't there, and you're not picking up you can't like scan for life signs because this isn't Star Trek. I can understand
But
sending
no,
a
but I mean,
Spartan.
like, the confusion from me here is that it's like we can somehow figure out that the Covenant hasn't gotten here yet, but haven't noticed the massive mega cities sprawling across the continent.
Well, I peeked ahead. It does look like this is supposed to be the planet Harvest, but why say it's an unknown planet then? You hack.
Unless it's from the Covenant's perspective, because Harvest was an unknown planet. I don't
No,
know.
No,
Harvest
it's
wasn't.
not.
They
It's
specifically targeted Harvest.
it's not an unknown planet.
No,
It's
no.
not from the Covenant's point of view.
Harvest was unknown. They went to Harvest because they were told there were Forerunner relics there
Oh, right, right.
by one of the oracles, which the Forerunner relics it was detecting were some ancient ruins.
I thought with the Forerunner relics they were detecting were the humans. And then
No,
they were
there
like,
were Forerunner sites there.
Hmm.
Because remember, they found out the human. That's actually what started the whole war. Was that these humans were tearing down the structures? Remember? That's what started the whole Holy War.
I thought what started the Holy War is the fact that they were like, what
I'm
the
sorry. Let me
shit?
rephrase that.
Why
That was
are
the justification for the Holy
that?
War.
Yes, that was the
The
justification.
Covenant.
The prophets, meanwhile, looked at it and said, "Oh shit, these Forerunner relics are moving around, and it looks like every single person's being pinged as a Forerunner relic. We literally can't let the Covenant know that humanity is effectively a living Forerunner relic, because the whole religion is worship the Forerunners."
Well, it actually got even worse than that because I believe I could be remembering wrong, but I'm pretty sure that whatever monitor they had in there was like, it's like, whoa, why are there so? They're like, why are there so many here? He's like, oh, those aren't relics, those are reclaimers. They're the true inheritors of the Forerunners.
Yes, yeah.
What?
Must have been a real kick in the dick being told, "Oh yeah, no, you guys ain't shit."
Oh no, that's why the prophets, from a trying to keep your government together perspective, I understand why Truth, Regret, and Mercy did everything they did. They're
Oh yeah, no, it's
assholes.
utterly understandable what they did. Doesn't make
They're
them right,
assholes.
but
we
it's
get it.
understandable what they did. God, this fucking author's page, holy shit. So he's American, unfortunately.
Yeah, I took a peek through there. By the way, I just want to say the story pick for this thing,
Yeah,
I actually rather like it.
yeah.
It's just sort of like a little bit cute in a way, but about the only nice thing I have to say about the story right now. And now I want to know where that picture is sourced from.
What I try to accomplish in my stories, I try to write a different kind of ending. I try to go for an open-minded ending that really beats happy and sad ones. What?
What does that mean?
That's not how endings
What?
work.
Alright, let's just get this out of the way here. Happy endings, sad ending, did stuff, none of those are necessarily objectively better than the others. That's going to come down to a personal preference first off.
Well, not only that, it's also highly dependent on the theme of the story. If you know, like,
very much so.
if the whole point of the story is like this bittersweet like redemption arc where the villain's trying to be a hero, but in the end they die. That's the ending of the story. It's supposed to be a sad ending.
Yeah, well, that's not even necessarily sad. Like you said, that's
Iron
bittersweet.
Giant.
Bittersweet is not necessarily good or bad. It's a
I
bit
said
more
sad.
mature, you would argue.
Yeah,
You could
well,
argue
I know, but
mature
he's saying happy and sad, not good and bad. And,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying
sorry.
that that's supposed to be a sad ending.
Sorry. Well,
No, I was
bittersweet-
just saying it's one of
no,
those things.
Bittersweet is a mix of happy and sad. Like,
Yes,
he
yeah.
did it. He fucking did it, but he doesn't get to stay around to enjoy it. So, that a bittersweet ending is a good, if written well, is a good compromise between happy and sad.
Mhm.
Whereas
Well,
open-minded and open-ended would be like Inception. People
I
to
was-
this day
It's an
still
open-minded
hurt you.
ending. Okay, get the fuck out of here, Nasu.
I was gonna say it's one of those things, right? Where like,
Have you
for
seen
instance,
Inception?
I knew a lot of people who were confused by how, relatively speaking, how hopeful the end of the Fallout games are versus the themes that you encounter throughout. And it's like, but no, you missed one of the big subtexts, which is it's about rebuilding. It's about not repeating mistakes. It's why so many of the endings and side quests in New Vegas have an option where you go, just sit down and fucking talk to each other.
Right. Well,
And the quest, and it's not necessarily a great ending, but it's one where nobody dies and things certainly don't get worse, right? You get the Brotherhood and the NCR to work together. You get
it's why it has that classical quote of the heavy sigh sort of war never changes sort of thing going on as well. Because it's like, yeah, even in the post-apocalyptic, even after everyone's basically killed each other, even after everyone's now starving to death every single day, people will still try and kill each other.
But the important thing then is as you encounter people doing the right thing, right? There's always a couple NPCs in the Fallout games who you get through so much time and you're like, this is suspiciously nice. Why are you so nice? Are you cannibals? And then you meet them and you're like, oh, no, they're just trying to make the wasteland a better place.
But there's a settlement that needs your help.
Oh, jeez, don't talk about how dumb that is.
Oh.
Giving out a happy ending is old and boring.
Oh boy,
Oh,
you know
he's
what?
one of those.
He's one of
This is one
those
of these people who's read George R.R. Martin and thinks that because he kills characters every 2 books, he's some kind of genius author.
Oh, speaking of R.R. Martin, I found something while cleaning out my attic I never expected to find.
Oh,
Someone
no.
apparently gave me every single Game of Thrones book, and I'm looking at these like, I don't remember getting these.
They're not that
Where did
great.
these? Who
They're
do I
really-
know that would give
They're
me
really
these?
not that good.
Well, whether
Like-
good or not, I've never been interested in them like at all. I hear Game of Thrones like, sounds like it's probably not my cup of tea in terms of the shit that goes down. I know all I need to know from the memes of never accept a wedding invitation in that world.
Ever.
If there's a big party, just say no. Walk away.
And a bad ending could leave many. And a bad ending could leave many a pretty bad impression on my part.
What do you mean? Okay. So okay, so he's just edgy enough to say happy endings are lazy, but not willing to go full edgelord because he's worried about his reputation,
Yes.
which he's kind of already fucked up in at least among this group.
By saying that happy endings are old and boring. It's like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not demanding that everything, I fucking hate happy endings. It's like, no, I like happy endings. It's even if it's just,
Yeah, if
And-
anything, I'm confused by people that love having grimdark stuff all the time.
Grimdark stuff is nice when it is the journey. I don't really like grimdark stuff when it's the ending. It's like, oh, despite everything they did, literally nothing fucking changed. It's like, okay, well then why the fuck did I waste my time reading this?
You say it's like
Life is already like that. Why did I waste my time reading more of life?
Yeah. Basically.
well, it's like there was what one was it? It was Imperial Glory. Have you got Sneaky? Have you read that 40K book?
I did not know.
So it's about some random ass Brimlock regiment, right?
Right.
But the important thing is this one is set at the end of the Crusade, right? And it's about this group, this bunch of Brimlock soldiers. They get sent off, and so for the people who don't know, the Imperium will snatch people up and send them on crusades for 100 years at a time, right? Of just near constant, unending war.
Basically, yeah.
Those are the emergency units of the Guard versus the ones made in massive air quotes around this statement, peacetime.
Well, I mean,
Which
You have the 2 war era, and then you have the 50 war era.
see, the thing is that America, for example, has only had about 10 years of peace or something like that, 19 years of peace since its inception. But technically we go under peacetime regardless of the minor wars going on, basically. I guess you could say that's the same thing for, especially in 40K, where it's like this section of the entire galaxy isn't currently under any active invasion, so it's considered at peace.
But there's still Xenos and the occasional problem, right?
It's just not being invaded actively by a WOG, a Black Fleet, etc., etc.
The Tyranids are off napping.
Basically.
Abaddon is failing.
That's just every Tuesday, man.
One thing I
Exactly.
try to do is make my stories stand with ingenuity.
What does that mean?
Everyone just self-powered crank flashback machine. I can't. I don't have the one that makes everyone has the flashback simultaneously. So you also take out your own flashback machines and crank them. But just flash back to the chapter that we've read so far, where I'm not even sure what you're supposed to label that as. Chemistry in romance. Romance, in all honesty, to me, is the toughest subject to write.
No,
No, not really. While I don't discuss my love life, I will say it's harder than it sounds when you are trying to formulate it into writing. No,
It sounds like romance is just not your strong suit then, my dude. That doesn't mean it's hard for everyone, just for you.
when making two characters, not the number, just two.
Wait, what do you mean two? T-O? T-O-O?
T-O.
T-W-O? T-O, okay.
When making two characters interact with each other, I try and make their hookup different from the rest and very unique.
Oh.
Huh?
I'm not sure what this author's going for with this description of his quote-unquote accomplishment. Well, I guess goals, actually. Narrative goals.
Taking different routes, a very important thing. Everyone should know about how I create my stories is that I plan every single chapter from beginning to end. People should know I never do the same thing twice, because that's being a lazy writer.
No, it's not.
Oh, here's the thing.
I mean, it depends on what you mean by the same thing twice, right? Like,
if writing the same thing makes you money, that's being efficient and smart, not lazy.
Well, it's not only that. It's like the dumbasses that try and replace every single word, every single time you say the word "said" in your story with like something else, like asked, helped.
I don't want to hear that from you.
But no, what Max is, I don't like go out of my way to replace "said." I just don't use it.
When we first started writing, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, you were. By the time 1 a.m. hit and you'd been up for about 19 hours,
Okay.
everything was starting to kick in, you got more and more pedantic and anal retentive.
I did, yeah.
While also getting
worse,
more loose and slurring more and more.
Yes.
It was an interesting balancing act that not drunk you, but sleep deprived you accomplished.
Sleep deprived me is very, very barely different at all from drunk me. Except
Well, sleep deprived you is just sleep deprived you requires sleep to wear off. You don't just sober up.
God.
Drunk you eventually goes away with a sobering. Sleep deprived you, if you don't actually fucking pass out, it just keeps going.
Max, I have a great idea.
Oh boy.
God.
Oh no.
Doing the same bullshit has no creativity whatsoever. It's like taking food out of a trash can and saying, "Here's dinner." No. God, oh my god.
Okay. Doing the same thing over and over while one can argue is a lack of creativity, okay. Maybe. But you can't just argue it's the same as taking food out of the garbage and eating it.
What? It's not only that, too. It's just like, so what? You're saying that driving in the most efficient route to someplace the same exact way every time is just lazy driving? Building a house the same way every time is just lazy construction work? Like, no, it's...
Efficiency.
For cookie cutter neighborhoods, it is, unfortunately.
Okay, yes, but it's like that's a cookie cutter is a little bit different from, oh, we're not gonna have a foundation for this house because that's just being lazy. Because it needs to be unique.
Foundation makes you lazy.
We're not gonna have any load-bearing beams in this house because that's just lazy, and we've done that already. There isn't going to be stairs in this house. There's only going to be ladders because having stairs is just lazy. What? No, some shit works. Some shit works to the point where you always do it because it works.
Oh, yeah. I'm curious what his opinions on such things are going to be once he is another 5 or 6 years down there.
Apparently he's in college.
Oh, I think once he gets out of college, that tune will probably change pretty quick.
Apparently, so his last updated March 18th. Currently, I'm in community college trying to figure out what I want to major in. Oh.
You know, at least he's using community college for like one of its intended purposes, because that's a lot smarter than what I did.
I'm gonna go to a super expensive school and keep hopping majors.
No, not even that. If I had had a year's break, odds are I'd be sitting here with a creative writing degree, having done freelance work and able to, contribute a lot more to this podcast than I currently do.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very good chance of that.
Possible. Blah, blah, blah. I don't roll that way. Leveling powers. If the villain is weak from the beginning in a fight, then there wouldn't be much suspense.
That depends on the type of media, first off.
I mean, not only that, it depends on what you want to be doing with the villain and how you want to set up a story. And I attempt to make my stories seem like all hope is lost and there's no point in moving forward until the hero moment comes.
Updates, they'll come when they come. Well...
So your standard
I love how
shonen?
this guy's like, I like being unique and doing different things every time, but I always make sure to write my stories in a way that makes it cliffhangery and hero moment of awesome.
And all I can think is that by doing so, he is actually robbing himself of any uniqueness, because this is Well, certainly something that other people have done in an attempt to be unique.
Yeah.
Funny how
Guys,
that
look
works.
how unique I am by putting copy and pasta and pastes on my profile. Look how unique I am. Putting copy pastas on my profile. Copy and paste if you agree.
I am the most special and the most unique.
I can't guarantee I'll whip out a 10k chapter with no grammatical issues, so be patient and give me time.
Ha ha ha.
That's what betas are for.
No one uses
When
the
they
beta
actually do their damn job.
Has your beta still not gotten back to you?
I
What
mean,
beta?
technically I should beta for Gray, but
Exactly.
Shit. At this point, maybe we should just beta his chapter for him.
I mean, it's a
I had
worm.
Aura go through it,
It's a
but
worm Dark Souls story, so pretty much everyone here is qualified to do that.
yeah.
Regrettably, I am technically qualified.
Oh boy. Rules for my reviewers.
Oh, he
Established
did not.
June 1st, 2015.
Oh, he did.
I do not make a penny off this website. Spelt visually.
Wait, what? Oh, SIGHT?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Okay. Yet I spend my time I will never get back writing stories for people's entertainment. I dedicate my time and effort, and sometimes tears, trying to make plots sizable, but many readers. I don't claim to be the best author, or the worst, but I deserve your appreciation and respect for what I do.
He does not.
No, you don't.
That, does he literally say that, or are you adding shit?
No, he
in?
literally says that.
Oh, okay. You know what? Fuck this dude. He's not writing for his own enjoyment. He's writing trying to get attention.
Yes.
He's an attention-seeking whore. Fuck him.
He's the sort of person that would build the model and then bring it in and be like, hey guys, I built this model. Look how awesome it is. Like,
Yeah, he does the delivery of like, look, I did this. Versus thing of like, guys, check out this thing I built. I love it. It looks so cool. I wish I was more talented so I could paint it.
the eternal moment of, I need to paint these someday. Oh my god, I'm so fucking bad at painting. I'm gonna ruin them if I do. They can't just keep sitting here unpainted. Fine, I'll do it next month. 3 years later.
Still waiting for next month.
Basically. There is nothing more painful than being told to give up or to kill myself over these fanfictions. Unfortunately for you reviewers, I have been dead inside for years, so you're wasting your time telling me these things.
Wait, so why are you taking the time to address this? Why is this needed?
Yeah, if you were dead inside, you would never bring it up.
Because it's so painful for him.
But if he's dead inside, it shouldn't be painful.
The Virgin Chef Shipwreck versus the Chad Sneaky. Stop telling me to kill myself, Chad Sneaky. Haha, these people are making fun of trans.
Oh my god. But, like, okay. This is the internet. I understand thick skin arguments, blah, blah, blah. Things usually don't really get to me. But, like, if you are actually dead inside, if you believe half the shit you just wrote, then these rules would not exist.
Yeah, pretty much.
You would not be sitting here demanding that people
Appreciate you.
and
Yeah,
respect. Not just that, and respect. He's demanding both.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
So he's already established himself. You're doing this for the glory, not for the medium. You're not doing it. Some of the best authors are the ones who did this for themselves
Yeah.
because they just wanted to share the world that they love so much with other people. And even some of the worst authors I've seen on this site, I have respect for them because they have so much fun sharing this anyways. Even if there are people that hate it, as long as there's at least that one person that enjoys it, wants to see more, they'll keep going.
Yep.
They don't demand anything aside from, if you're going to criticize me,
Make
don't
it coherent.
don't be an asshole about it and make it constructive.
Review. If you wish to give hindsight for the future.
What?
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 What does that mean?
What?
Give
Or
hindsight.
if you
Sure.
wish to be a beta reader for me. Don't demand a chapter or threaten me. I have an active life, and that life requires time. Time is irreplaceable. Threatening me doesn't only make you look like a dumbass, but nothing more than a rip-off keyboard warrior feeling brave.
Much like these rules,
I mean,
I'm sorry to tell you.
if you were in front of me, author, I would still have some choice words for you. It doesn't mean like you could be the most jacked fucking person ever. I'll still say those words and stand by them. I am not a man of smart and intelligent and wisdom.
no, you are not. But
I was
like,
just say, here's the thing, right? I know a lot of people who think some of you people have gotten entirely too comfortable with not being punched in the mouth for your stupid statements from the internet applies to Sneaky. No, let's be clear. Sneaky will say whatever he pleases, and he's aware that he'll get punched in the mouth.
I have been punched in the mouth many times.
he's that person that will keep on smiling, and even if you knock him out in one or two swings, he's gonna have a shit-eating grin while he's out.
Oh god. The days. Those are the days.
It's actually somewhat amazing how it exists. Like, I've seen it manifest itself as
Yeah, that's been on college campus with me before. Where I've just fucking gone at people.
Oh, were you there? Were you there for the great discussion where I got Chuck in where I got to hang out with Chuck because one other professor was discussing Mistborn with him?
Oh no, I wasn't there for that.
Oh, that was great. Cause like hearing this person explain Mistborn to try to get Chuck into it was hilarious. Cause Max, I know we've talked about Chuck before, but he really was one of the best professors of that school. That filthy, dirty hippie of a man.
Sounds like he was like the actual cool kind of hippie.
Oh yeah, no.
Eh.
Like,
And then on the other end of that fucking spectrum was Ferguson.
Ferguson was not a hippie.
Dude, he wore feeties.
That doesn't make him a hippie.
He didn't take showers.
That doesn't make him a hippie. It just makes him a fucking hobo. And the fact that Chuck was the one who got mistaken for a hobo as opposed to Ferguson made me angry.
Oh god, fucking Ferguson.
Physically angry inside.
Those were days. Those were days.
I'm gonna be honest that the way this author lays things out on his profile, he quite frankly sounds like a self-righteous asshole. The kind of person even I would have trouble talking to initially. Which is saying something about me.
Yes, it is.
Sounds
And
like
about
a
how you
discount fairy tale.
It's
Kind of, yeah.
oh, hang on.
If you only review because you enjoy trolling, then I must sadly inform you, I do not tolerate your disrespect, and you will be blocked.
Okay. Does it count as disrespect when I call you out for being garbage?
Yes.
I see.
Writing a
And I have
review.
several words of disrespect
You
for
see,
you.
because writing a review takes only 20 seconds at most. Well,
No.
writing a chapter can take up to months. And he simply has put more effort into this than you have, so therefore, he is more right than you are.
Okay, are these rules at the bottom of his profile?
Yes. As a matter of fact, there
It's
has
not how
been
that
suicides due
that
to
works,
trolls.
comrade.
On this website, he was a 19-year-old boy who posted a short story and was accused of plagiarism. He got such horrid and blatant insults in his reviews that he posted an apology on YouTube and got mocked there as well. Well, then maybe he shouldn't have plagiarized his story and then posted an apology on fucking YouTube. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, just... It's fan fiction. Literally, just stop. It's not even like it's your Facebook page or something where it's like I can't delete this because then I lose my connections to my family and shit or something. It's fanfiction.net.
Importantly, here's the thing, right? If it's gonna come down that this kid didn't plagiarize it, and this guy's gonna be like, "He's plagiarism made this kid kill himself," why would you post an apology video?
Yeah.
Never apologize for something you didn't do.
That is, oh boy. We want you to write a three-page essay on why plagiarism is bad and why you're sorry. Fucking eat shit. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, which, by the way, if they were using that situation of yours, if they were using the program I think they were using, that program has a big problem because it will be like, oh yeah, we caught like 10% because of this, this, this. And you look and it's like, that's because that is one of the most common phrases used in English language for essay writing.
Oh no, Max. No, Max. They accuse me of plagiarism in my notes.
What, your notes?
Yes.
Wait, hang on.
The teacher asked to see my notes one day, so I handed him my notes.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "You didn't cite your sources in these notes. This is plagiarism. I'm writing you up."
Okay,
Wait, was that for the trip to whatever PowerPoint that I looked over a couple times for you? Just be like, yes, it's error free.
Yes.
Okay, you never gave me the full breakdown on that before now.
Yeah.
So I've always been curious about what the plagiarism was. Notes are not a part of the report.
No. I mean, you depending on the notes, you're still required to cite your sources. Like,
But they weren't graded though. So the first time I got reported.
what?
Yeah.
Oh,
So the
no,
first time I got
no.
reported, I was doing a project, and the project was late to this teacher. And I was like, "Yo, hey teacher, I have a collection of notes here, and I think it's enough information because the project's already late. Can you just take a look at these notes and tell me if this is enough what I need for the final project or not?" And she just goes, "Yeah, sure, you can send me them." So I sent her them, and she goes back, "I'm sorry to say that you did not cite your sources in some of these notes. I'm writing you up for plagiarism." And I'm just like,
Okay,
"What?"
were these notes like personal? Like this is just an outline for my project that isn't.
No,
going to
it
be
wasn't even that. It was like, all right, I copied some of this stuff from this book here, and some of this stuff from this stuff here. And like, it was literally just compilations of information of, is this enough information to make a project for it?
So yeah,
Because-
personal notes that you wanted your teacher to take a look at just because.
Yeah, that was like, is this enough to do what you wanted us to do? Because I was late on that part originally, and her policy is that if you're late, I don't grade it anymore. And she was like, "Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll still take a look at it. Just a reminder, you're not. I actually have these emails still too. You're not gonna get a grade for this." I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. I don't need a grade for this. I just want to make sure I have all the information I need." And then the second time is when I took a picture of a Linux manual printout. I took a picture, so it displayed the whole Linux information and the version information and the author and everything in the printout. But because I didn't cite the author in my notes, again, this is notes. This is not part of my final project. This is my notes that I asked a teacher to look at. because I didn't cite the printout of the manual page. He wrote me up for plagiarism. And both times, the guy in charge of plagiarism at the college straight up told the Student Review Council Board, or whatever the fuck it was called, guys, you can't charge him with plagiarism. Neither of these instances are plagiarism. The guy in charge of the plagiarism is saying it's not plagiarism, and they're like, no, it's plagiarism.
See, and that's the point where, if the dude had any actual fucking self-respect for his position, would say, you know, I don't tell you how to run your classroom. I'd appreciate you not telling me how to run my board.
Oh no, he's
Well,
not. He's
those
not part of the
things
board.
never-
That's the thing, though, is he's not part of the board. The board is made up of 3 seniors, for your major, your head of student whatevering, like the teacher in charge of your
whatever.
existence,
whoever's
and then
in
2
charge of your
teachers from the
program.
major, and then the teacher accusing you. That's the panel that's reviewing you.
Okay.
And he is called in as a witness, not as a person with actual power. They're like, oh yeah, can you tell us how this is plagiarism? And he goes, this isn't plagiarism. All right, thank you. You're wrong. Dismissed.
Then why the fuck call him in the first place?
Because they wanted it to be official, but because here's the thing, right? The problem is they made the rookie lawyer mistake. Don't ask a question you don't know the answer to,
Yeah.
right? Don't ask the witness, and where were you on the night of December 23rd while Henderson was murdered? I was at a strip club. There's like 15 people that can attest to that.
Yeah.
I'm sure at least 5 of them are willing to testify.
And the thing is, it's like, to have all this happen is I had to sign a bunch of papers, and I read these papers very carefully. None of these papers was me admitting to plagiarism. All of the papers I had to sign was me agreeing that I was handed this paper by the teacher that was accusing me of plagiarism, and that I acknowledge that she has accused me of this.
Yeah. I would say it's one of those things where it's like, you gotta be real careful when you read that, because it's like, okay, is this saying I've been accused of plagiarism, or is this saying I was accused of plagiarism and I admit it?
Yeah, no, it was, all of it was just acknowledgement that I have been informed that I was accused of plagiarism and shit like that.
Which, I know this is gonna sound weird. I understand why they have that.
Yes, it is understandable, and it's just like, but it's so dumb. It really soured my relationship with that first teacher, because I was really enjoying her class and we got along great, and then she's just like, I'm writing you up for plagiarism. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm writing you up for plagiarism. What?
But yeah.
But senor, why?
But why?
You
Why
know,
did I do it? But anyway, so yeah, that's plagiarism, and he then killed himself because he walked in front of a train because he was saddened that people called him a thief and whatnot on the internet.
Which, now, I'll grant you, just because somebody commits plagiarism doesn't mean you should get them to, like, go kill themselves.
No,
but...
no, it doesn't. But, you know, this isn't everyone's responsible sort of situation. If he didn't commit plagiarism, then he shouldn't be feeling bad about people accusing him of committing plagiarism.
No, that's not valid, Sneaky.
That's definitely not valid.
If you got thousands and thousands of messages telling you to kill yourself, that you're scum, etc., that can quickly destroy someone's mental well-being, even if they're innocent.
I mean, I guess. I wouldn't know. But I mean, even
Yeah,
that again,
Sneaky, it's
I
very well
will
documented.
refer back to my earlier argument of it's a fanfiction.net account. You can make a new one.
Yeah, you can just make a new.
This isn't your
honestly,
Facebook.
whenever you
This
want.
isn't your Twitter. This
Yes,
isn't
you
your
can make a
LinkedIn
new one,
account.
and most importantly,
You can make a
no
new
one
one.
will know who you are, right?
Yeah,
If
nobody
you have
knows
a
you.
if you have the fanfiction account of FFF Fart Smeller 430 or whatever the hell you made when you were 10 and you're now ashamed of it,
Yes.
guess what? You can just make a new one that's like Naruto fan 53. And while that's not much less shameful, no one will know you were associated with Fart Smeller 63 or whatever.
Yeah, while people shouldn't harass other people, simultaneously, you can ignore people.
There's a block function.
That is an option. you don't have to read every single private message someone sends you. Especially if it, like, I can get maybe like the first 5, you're like, oh, people are sending me private messages. What is this about? Oh, they're all telling me to kill myself. And then you get 5 more.
Oh, they all think I stole, right?
Yeah. And then you get 5 more, and you go, oh, I better read these 5, and then you get 20 more, and you're like, I better read these 20. It's like, have you considered just not reading them?
Have you considered just not? Kid.
Remember, when reviewing, you aren't doing it just for me, but you are doing it for everyone on every social media. That doesn't what doesn't matter most to you can matter the world to someone else. And that what you say can not only hurt someone but kill them inside. Well, as it is said, and so it has thus been written, it is not my problem if you are offended. It is yours.
I'm fairly certain that's been said how many times now on this podcast?
I like how
I'm
Atin's
pretty
mind
sure-
goes straight to fart smeller. Yes, Pedro, I know.
Yes, for things that someone might be ashamed of when they made an account name.
He's
Yes.
just drawing on from his history.
Okay, my
Yes.
first question is who
That's
names their account
absolutely
Fart
it.
Smeller?
Reddit.
I was gonna say, have you seen the stupid fucking nicknames out there, my man? Some dumb kid was like, hey, Fart Smeller's funny.
I mean, to be fair, I do
And
have
then they
the
were like,
name
and
Lord
then
of the Nose
they
Hair.
hit like 17 and were like, what have I done? This is so bad. Quick, I need to come up with something much less shameful. Naruto fanboy 53.
Well, it's sort of like the email thing where you first get an email and you're like, huh, anal destroyer 69 420, and then you go to apply for a job and you're like, ooh.
I can't. I need a new identity.
I cannot share this with people. By the way, I did manage to track down the story of what this dude was referencing in his rules
Oh,
there.
was he?
Yeah, no, I at first I'm like, is this dude just bullshitting from rumors? Or oh no, nope, this has news articles. Oh dear. But so for once we found someone who doesn't BS about this stuff.
Interesting.
As far as, bringing up examples, because oftentimes you'll find people sourcing 4chan for stuff like that.
I'll admit
Sourcing 4chan.
when I am wrong, but first, before I do that, you must read below how to correctly review my story.
This is so fucking pathetic.
Yeah,
There is constructive criticisms, where you point out a fault and include advice on how to correct it. And then there is destructive criticisms, where you only point out the faults and attack their owner. Okay, well, see, the thing is that I've noticed over time that a lot of people actually react very poorly to constructive criticism. I've been told to kill myself over giving actual, genuine, paragraph-long reviews where I point out poor characterization, recommendations on how to improve dialogue, and how to improve characterization when it comes to spacing, pacing, all sorts of things. And genuine, long reviews. And I've been told in response, fuck you, this is my story, kill yourself. And while I've obviously gotten a lot more responses from destructive criticism, such as this whole podcast in general, shame apparently works as a far greater motivator these days than genuine self-improvement.
Unfortunately.
Mhm.
If you can't say something nice, don't say it at all. If you don't enjoy this
Oh, the
story...
debate team would beg to differ.
Indeed. If you don't enjoy this story, then don't read it, or fill the reviews with your unnecessary hatred. If I catch anyone trolling or flaming, not only will you be blocked, but reported to the fanfiction police.
You sure this isn't
Did
a?
that-
No,
sure
just
this isn't the
report it.
meme?
Sneaky added the police comment.
Okay.
I'm not wrong, though.
It's the sound of the police. By the way, they're about as effective as real police too. Hey,
I
this
was
thing's
about
got child porn in it.
I was about to say the problem is that the fanfiction moderators at admin team kind of need to hire like an entire section to
They
actually.
kind of need to actually have like employees that actually care, because I've personally emailed them before. Hey, here's some child porn on your site, and I've just got no response.
Hi, this is actual literal child porn.
This is literally just a graphic, vivid description of a 10-year-old fucking a panther. Can you remove this from your website? No answer.
The mod was too busy jerking it to said fic.
Indeed. This is your last and only warning. Flame guest reviews will be deleted, meaning you are merely wasting your time writing them. You have been warned. Thank you.
You have been warned. Yeah? What are you gonna do about it?
He's gonna report you.
Yeah, he's gonna
Oh
report me.
no! I've been reported!
Oh no, the fanfiction police might come for me.
Go
Mario's
ahead,
concerned.
fanfiction police, come for me. I got a little black book of all the things wrong with your website. And they all start. Actually, there's two books. There's one for everybody else, and then there's one book just labeled Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, don't forget Perfect Lionheart.
No, that's a subsection of Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer.
My daily life with a Spartan. The Master Chief didn't expect to fail his mission or be flung into an alternate Earth in an alternate timeline. He
already
definitely,
hate
he definitely didn't expect to host a group of monsters in his new home in Japan.
Oh,
Oh no!
please tell me
no.
he kept the Mjolnir.
Luck really did have a plan in store for him.
Okay.
That listen, if he keeps the armor, that'll be great.
Look,
Snake Girl tries to accidentally strangle him. Shields are
Listen,
down.
It's not like he
there's a
had,
lot of comedic possibilities. Never mind the fact that the 6'8" monster of a man is walking around Japan.
Oh
I mean, to be
Okay,
fair,
well, no,
it's
see,
not
the
like
thing
he hasn't had
is that he could probably get away with it if he just told everyone it's cosplay.
No,
But
not even
Max,
that. Like,
what
I'm
would-
talking just walking around without, like, every other day he walks around with the armor on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a dude quit Arn's server after I said FTDS sucks.
Oh yeah, that one.
Do you think that's the person who told Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer that we were calling him out for his child porn?
No, he recently joined, and he the first thing he said when he joined the server was I write lots of displaced fiction, and we're like, what the fuck is displaced fiction? And he's like, well, displaced fiction is where you self-insert as one character, and then that character gets isekai'd into a different universe.
That sounds really stupid.
Yes!
Isn't that just a what was he called it? A jump chain?
Yeah. Sort of, no, jump chain is where the character is a blank in name only, and goes from universe to universe hopping. It doesn't involve self-insert usually.
That's a CYOA jump.
Yeah, that's a CYOA jump chain. A dude, right, he also liked to write My Little Pony, Reincarnation Fix, and Jump Chain.
Okay.
I have,
Uh,
to this day, never really understood the fascination with that shit.
Hold on.
Okay, why is Nose like trying to drop his voice like?
Oh,
50
guys,
octaves?
I really think that this is my new voice. My balls have finally dropped.
I also just ate a bunch of fucking peanut butter cookies, so maybe that's it. I don't know.
So you're having an allergic reaction, is what I'm hearing.
Apparently, I have an allergic reaction to peanut butter, which hasn't happened ever, like, in my...
Guys,
Yeah, no,
this
dude,
is
For
my
real,
real
this
voice.
is pathetic. Give it a rest.
You dropped it
I'm
out.
not trying...
Guys, I just keep dropping in octaves.
I'm not doing anything. Stop.
Guys, I'm dropping in
Am I
octaves.
Wait,
seriously that
say
low in
very
strength?
good.
Very good.
Perfect.
That was
That was-
actually
that
all right.
That
Nose hair,
was
you're
me
allowed to do it when
actually
having it
dropping
in.
my voice. That wasn't me, like...
Guys,
I'm
I'm
not-
not doing it
Oh my
on purpose.
I'm
This
serious.
is what my natural male voice sounds like.
Oh my god. Fuck you. I'm not... I'm serious. I'm not trying to do anything, you fucking bitch. I fucking hate you. You're such a... Oh.
Sneaky being cunty aside, you actually have dropped like a quarter to a third of an octave out
I
of
don't know
nowhere.
why. I'm gonna go ahead and blame
Guys, I don't understand why my voice keeps dropping.
It's like my balls are perpetually falling.
Mm.
You know we're just gonna keep making fun of you, right?
Until you stop.
I'm not doing anything wrong. It's my fucking mic. I don't know why. I literally didn't do anything. Oh, I just fucking realized. Hold on, let me check Discord.
I didn't do anything. Pause.
What do you mean, Jay? What do you mean,
Wait,
Jay?
hold on.
Discord?
I just
Hello?
realized.
Discord be doing?
Hello? Is this
Yeah.
better?
Yeah, you're definitely a lot less dropping. Yes.
It fucking reset my settings back to.
Ah, yes.
My
I forgot the pitch shift settings in Discord.
It fucking set it to my headset mic and not my fucking table mic.
Hmm.
That does not explain why your voice supposedly dropped like 7 octaves.
I'm serious. I don't know why that was happening.
Did you?
Oh, no, different mic qualities actually can do that.
No,
Why
I
would-
know it can, but
Exia. Why is Exia?
that much?
This is the guy that left. So Max, you might know him. I started off writing scripts for Mob Talker.
Okay.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah.
A lot of
Wait.
people have written scripts for
So
that.
here we go. So I asked him about this, and he refused to answer me when I confronted him on this. So it's a Naruto Common Writer Cross Challenge, in which
Okay.
Naruto gets a unique series of common writers based off of the Gaia Memory Summoning Contract, and becomes known as Common Writer Summoner.
That sounds dumb.
Yes. So as you can see, the rules, the mandates of this challenge: no gay shit, must be Naruto harem. Harem must have Sakura, Hinata, and female Kyuubi in it. You cannot have a godlike Naruto, however.
Okay.
Common Rider. No godlike Naruto. Okay. Council bashing required.
Huh?
What council?
And I pinged him and I said, what council are you specifying in your challenge? The one that doesn't exist? He never responded to me.
Of course you didn't.
It probably didn't respond because it's you.
I mean, originally, so this is another funny moment we had with him, right? I originally started off by just going at him because he posted some stupid fucking idea. And
you responded in your kind, positive,
yeah, I
gentle,
fucking shit all
reinforcing
over
manner.
him. I just fucking dropped pants and fired.
I was
It's
attempting
true.
to make you sound like a reasonable human being.
Oh God, why are you like this?
And
am
so
I
he's
so-
like, oh, you want to play the insult game? Well, I can do that too, you cuck bitch, shit face. And and then he starts making fun of how I have issues with typing because of my dyslexia and nerve issues. And
No, let's be clear. You're
blindness.
also fucking lazy and don't know how to spell.
Well,
No,
but
he-
it's a
he
he.
does that, and then Sneaky.
And so then
he
I go, oh
replies-
yeah, sure, make fun of the dyslexic guy. He's like, oh man, dude, I'm really sorry. I didn't realize you were dyslexic and stuff like that. It feels really bad now for calling all you those names. I'm like, fuck off, bitch.
No, I'm trying to apologize. You don't get to apologize. You don't get to go, I wouldn't have made fun of you. I wouldn't have called you a slow, legless bitch if I'd known you were actually in a wheelchair.
That's the fucking, what is that fucking? There was that one comic panel where Spider-Man's on trial or something, and he's just like, Jonah hates me because I'm black.
Oh yeah, that one. The reason you've always hated me, Jonah, is because I'm black.
And it's just it's so-
I need to see this panel at
Yeah,
some point.
I do need to see this panel.
Oh, hold on, I'll
oh
find
yeah,
it.
no, bring it up. Yo, Johnny, bring up that article.
But yeah, so anyway, so he's basically lurked on our on this Discord for a while, and then one day he posted something really stupid. It was another displacement fic where he would self-insert as the captain from Hellsing Ultimate, who would then
into Rosario.
who would then
event.
get reincarnated into
Here we go. Sneaky.
Rosario Vampire.
I'm just gonna put it in memes and shit posts. Just pull it up for the stream.
And I said I shit on him for that as well immediately because I was just so fucking dumb. And he was like, well, how else can I get a cool OC into Rosario Vampire? Have you ever considered just making a werewolf OC? Considering that's the thing in Rosario Vampire. He's like, oh, I didn't think of that. But
and then
then
continue
I
for
said,
another
you
hour.
sound like you like Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer, and he was like, oh, what's wrong with Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer? I'm like, oh, he's fucking shit. And then that's what made him leave.
Didn't even try to defend it. He just left.
No, he just left. He's like, fuck you guys, leave.
Remember, it took him like 20 minutes to actually leave.
Yo, yeah, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck you guys, I'm leaving, and it takes him like 20 minutes to even leave the Discord. It's like, wow, I'm really.
It took him
feeling
20
it.
minutes to figure out where the leave function was.
Okay, let's see. Let's open up this picture. Let's look, Spidey. So Spidey, looking back at all of these personal attacks, I have to ask, why, in your opinion, does Jameson have it out for you? At first, I didn't really know. But over the years, after some thought and very serious thought and soul searching, I think I really figured it out. The real reason Jonas hates me is because I'm black. I didn't know. I mean, I have nothing against. I never would have. Some of my best friends are. Meanwhile, his lawyer. His lawyer is just like, oh my fucking god.
So not only have you been accused of racism, you were leaning super hard into the stereotypical answers of why you're not racist.
And then the best part is Spidey in the next panel.
Then Spidey goes, kidding. Sorry. Order in the court. Snort. No further questions, Your Honor. As everyone's laughing. Yes, that would never work in a court these days.
No, but just it's funny because it's the back down.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah. I can't believe you guys hadn't seen that, but it's great.
Another thing that might have contributed to that, though, to be fair, is as a joke, one of the head mods gave me a role called Knife-Tongued Woman.
Except
So-
you're not a woman.
He might have clicked on my profile and had been like, he has a role called Knife-Tongued Woman. This must clearly be female. I must simp. I have the overwhelming urge to simp.
What? What did he do?
The fucking whole apology and backing down thing.
Oh, that
It's
whole thing.
sin.
Jesus.
Like everyone's telling him, stop apologizing. He's like, no, I have to apologize. What I said wasn't right.
Don't apologize to Sneaky. He wins if you apologize.
He's
literally
the
how he wins.
subhuman.
He's the Olag who just fucking demands. Actually, no, Olag's too good for you. What the fuck is it? Ghouls? Yeah, it's a ghoul.
I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't know
Rat
either. I
bag?
sort of... A what?
Rat bag?
Rat bag's actually pretty good. Yeah,
I don't. Does anyone
Shadow
have
of
any
War.
fucking idea what they're talking about?
Shadow
They're
War,
having
Shadow
a
Mordor.
discussion.
Oh. Wow, that was... You could not have picked a more obscure series to reference.
I would say the back down there was somehow not strong enough, despite being nearly immediate.
Some quote from Saint Teresa. Summary: War never changes, but war changes men. What if the war was over? Where would they make of themselves? What?
Quick question, by the way. Weren't we in the middle of another chapter, or have we given up on that?
Oh, no, you don't understand. That chapter is 14k words long.
Oh.
That's why I moved on. Like once we had firmly established that this guy had no concept on how to write a story, I just moved on.
I don't... His narrative style is just like, has no one sat down and just said, dude, please
That's
just
not
open,
how you play Batman.
open like an intro to literary rules just for basic grammar. That's it. Writing improves immensely when someone has a better grasp of grammar rules, which this guy, for some reason, does not have.
No, anyway. Where would they make of themselves now that everything they become is over?
Huh?
What?
See.
we all just had the same fucking reaction.
What?
The fuck?
What if they were encountered by monsters? Would it bring dark memories of past or bring brighter hope for the future? Why does that woman have a snake tail? War. It was something that made everyone tense. The mention of it would be unknown to some but heart-wrenching to most, especially those who took part in it. Many would die in battle, being remembered for their heroism, or dying meaningless deaths and being remembered for their cowardice. Some survived with horrid memories, while most died with bright ideologies for their last thoughts.
I would say, one thing I did actually appreciate about Halo was that it didn't really talk about like people deserting, because the UNSC was kind of like, look, if someone like loses it, like really loses it, we're just gonna let him go. Like, we
Well,
can't.
I mean, not only
First of all,
that,
there's
but
an
the
entire galaxy.
insurrectionists
We can't
came back
stop-
to the UNSC and were like, okay, yeah, you know what, actually, this is a way bigger threat, and we kind of,
We choose life.
Yeah, well, there were entire planets that were like, listen, the second the aliens are gone, we're going to shoot you.
God!
The aliens are here. Right? But they were like, the UNSC was like, yeah, look, if someone deserts, we're not going to do anything about it. We don't have time to waste on you. But we don't really have much of a desertion rate anyway, because
It's literally fight or die.
It's aliens.
Yep.
Also, as far as I know, they didn't have like a draft going on.
No, there was no draft. It was
Yeah,
literally
as
just...
far as I know, the UNSC
The
didn't have a draft.
UNSC was very blatant of, yes, so there's aliens, and they are literally glassing worlds. The line to sign up is here.
We need people. If you don't sign up, please consider buying bonds or, support the effort in some way.
And everyone looked at the aliens glassing planets and were like, yes, those planets are made of dead.
Well, and one of the other things I appreciated is the UNSC still had like worlds where it's like, yeah, we're not worried about the Covenant.
And
In
then
fact,
that
we're a
very
ho-
swiftly
it-
changed.
No, I'm talking about the ones that were like, yeah, we're a hotel resort planet. Come to the beach planet. And that planet was fine. And nobody got mad at the people running the beach planet because they're like, no, this is one of the most important times to have a beach planet.
Yes, the beach planet.
Because you know what? Sometimes you need to forget about the aliens glassing Reach.
War would never change, but war would change
Wait,
man.
Sneaky, I have a very important question. Do you think ODSTs were allowed to use drop pods to deploy to the beach planet faster than the rest of the squads?
I don't think that command could stop them.
I'm willing to bet there was at least one ship captain
Is
who
this
was
why
like,
Dare, is this why Dare and Buck didn't get along?
Yes.
Buck was like, woo! He's like, guys, we can absolutely get to the hotel faster if we just take a drop pod down. That's a great idea, Captain. And Dare's just in the corner. You can't do that.
What's in the corner? Who's complaining? What?
I was making a joke that ODSTs would use drop pods to deploy to vacation on the beach planet faster.
Oh. That
And
sounds...
Max is groaning because he knows they would.
No, they definitely would. I played enough of ODST to get a feel for those personalities.
Can you make any more noise? Pulls out rocket launcher. I guess you can.
Beep boop, fuck the Covenant.
Beep, 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 boop.
Where's that fic of a Terminator armor in Halo?
Oh,
Just
God.
replace that entire scene with, could you possibly make any more noise? Dreadnought lands beside him. Forward battle, brother! Who let him
Even
come?
in death I serve.
I just got reminded of, on that map specifically, I was playing with Rob, and so I'm going around killing the Covenant, and I'm just like, Rob, where the fuck are you? He's like, all right, I've done it. I'm like, what did you do? I've given all of the Marines rocket launchers.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh yes. And then they're all on the Scorpion.
Hey, is here, Hunter?
The fact that he was able to find enough rocket launchers for that.
No, because
See,
you gotta
here's
remember,
the problem.
that map was one of the ones where they constantly sent down weapon pods.
Yep. See, Sneaky,
Oh.
here's the problem. Marines in the playthrough I did with Max, the Marines had an unfortunate tendency to kill each other and themselves.
Yes.
Yes. that
But we
definitely
found a
sounds like
solution to
Halo.
this, Sneaky.
Yes.
Just give them all beam rifles.
Ah, yes.
It was great because at one point we had like, what was it, a crew of 5 with beam rifles, Max?
And one dude with a carbine because we ran out of beat.
Yeah, and we ran out of beam rifle. But this elite jumps out from cover and just and he just went. That elite just went.
At and I didn't get to fire a shot. There were just 4 beams just right on him. I was like, well, I guess he's dead.
Down he goes.
Sneaky, where the hell are you? I'm the cavalry. What the fuck does that mean? I fit the Warthog through. What is that? Crunch.
Oh, don't talk to
Hunter's
us about.
dead.
Don't talk to us about fitting vehicles.
Don't talk
First
to
of all, Sneaky, we got a warthog to the cartographer's room.
Yeah, everyone does.
But more importantly, we discovered that what was the level max? Where you tried for 2 hours to fit that scorpion through.
The
I'm
Scorpion's
more
a bit
annoyed that you
trickier.
can't fucking do
it was in
player
Halo
co-op
2.
in Halo until like 4.
We got the turret stuck
or
on the
3.
concrete rebar.
Yeah.
I was very sad because we'd literally just got fresh scorpions. Like, this is a waste.
And then they give you another scorpion on the other side.
Yeah.
And then I was
Like,
just upset.
just let us drive the scorpion through.
I specifically remember, I think it was Halo 3, where I was trying to fit the Scorpion through this hole, and you guys know how the tank cannon has collision on it?
Yes.
Yep.
I did what I normally do, Max, when I break games, and I turned my tank cannon to fire at someone and proceeded to launch myself into orbit.
Oh! Oh,
I got
wait, hang on, I'm sorry. Oh, that's right, 3 is when the barrel itself actually had collision.
Yes.
That wasn't a thing until 1 and 2. That wasn't a thing in 1 and 2. It wasn't until 3
Yeah.
where they finally got good enough to be like, hey,
And-
look, guys, you can kill people
And the
with a
physics
barrel.
got wonky.
The physics got funny, is what you really want to say.
And I
The physics
just
got
launched
fun.
into the air, and I'm fucking flying through the air for like a while, and I have 3 teammates, and they're progressing through the level, and they're like, "Dude, where the hell are you?" I'm like,
Somewhere back here.
somewhere.
Don't mind me.
And they're like, "Well, where the hell are you?" I don't know. Hey, I see your markers. What do you mean you see our markers? Yeah, I'm coming down. What do you mean you're coming down? Crunch. Guys, I brought the Scorpion.
By the way, my personal favorite thing from Halo 3 was the fact that they made the turrets for both Wraiths and Scorpions had their own separate internal invisible health values,
Yes, yeah.
which was precisely the amount of damage done by a Spartan laser. So you could, if the enemy team had one of those, you could neuter their effectiveness by going, haha, laser go bzzz. But the important thing was to not blow it up, because then they just had what was essentially a sad gun platform.
Dude. Out of curiosity, did you hear about the wedding videography company that was so mad after one of their customers went to the media because they denied a refund that they renamed their company's social media handles and company website to the guy's name? No, I didn't hear about that, but I don't know how exactly that would accomplish anything.
Very strange form of revenge.
I guess when they would search for the company, they would not find it? I guess? I don't know. In the distant future, mankind was wiped out numerous times. Aliens burned planets, humans faced them, and won. All thanks to Spartan 117, better known as Master Chief. He had fought through it all with companions, enemies turned allies, and sheer luck. Sometimes, though, luck had something else in store for him. John's nose scrunched when he caught the scent of something that didn't agree with him. So blah blah blah, he's smelling peaches. Blah. And next, he noticed that he was being squeezed around his waist. Blah blah blah. It's Snake Lady wrapped around him. Blah blah blah. Blah blah Lima. Blah blah spoon him. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Okay, so literally, it's just.
It's just canon.
It's just canon, it looks like.
Of course it is.
And it looks like the divergence for this Master Chief was the fall of Reach.
That that is super bad for the timeline.
Yes.
We have given up on this section of the timeline. It is gone.
No, like that's actually so bad for the timeline.
No, I'm aware. As I've said,
Well,
we
he
have
did
I
given
know
have his
you're aware. That's
Mjolnir
just
and
for the
Cortana.
people out there.
He couldn't do
Oh yeah,
anything.
no Mjolnir, no more
No, he has
Cortana.
no. While he does have his Mjolnir armor and Cortana, he was unable to do anything since he didn't have a spaceship or a slip space drive. Because it would be another 300 years before it's invented. He was permanently stuck here while there was a war going on in the future. Cortana said he should just retire, and so he did that. He head pats the Lima. Blah blah blah.
Well, here's the thing, right? What he should have been doing, first of all, ignoring the fact that he's in a different timeline, and the fact that there were monster girls would absolutely clue them in, and Cortana, right? Let's be clear. Cortana is descended, made from. I don't know what's the right phrase here, Sneaky? Catherine Halsey.
Cloned.
Yeah, I guess cloned is the closest we've got. Cloned from Catherine Halsey. And she's an AI, right? A sentient being for which knowledge is life.
Sure.
I'm very certain Cortana would have at least a passing familiarity with multiple universe theory, right? Like,
Well, considering if you remember back when she manipulated slip space to send her warning probe through, yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. That did require actual dimensional physics? Whatever. Point is,
Physics,
she
yeah.
absolutely knows what the multi-universe theory is. So the first thing is, right, the best case scenario for John in this is it's an alternate universe where he might get to fight the Covenant someday. Right? But the humans will have centaurs and snake girls. By the way, that's how we'll beat the Covenant, snake girls.
With their enlarged venom sacs.
Indeed.
Enlarged venom snacks.
Sacs.
Fucking-
Say it with
I'm sorry.
me. Nose hair. Sacs.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Sneaky.
shit.
All I
Not
can think
snacks. Not venom
That's
snacks.
sack. I
Do
meant
not
to say
eat
sack.
them.
I mean, if you
that
look
is
at
a
the
bad idea.
I mean, if you look at the XCOM subreddit, a lot of people seem to want to eat them.
Sneaky, all I can think of now is, uh-oh, the brute's berserking. Snake girl just coils it.
Crack. Indeed.
Sneaky.
Mm.
I'm just thinking of the custom ODST pod they'd have to make for centaurs.
Well, easy answer is they wouldn't.
I mean, yeah. For the last time, centaurs are not allowed to be ODSTs. That's racist. We can't put you people in an orbital pod without killing you.
Pretty much. I mean, it kills humans too, and humans have a lot less shifty material than a centaur.
Well, to be fair, it's very rare that impact kills the human. Most of them don't die from, like, re-entry failure or impact with the ground. It's, I landed in a lake, or my pod landed upside down, or oops, your pod was 200 kilometers off course and you landed in a brute barbecue.
Yes, but I mean that's what I'm saying though. Is impacts would have a lot bigger of an issue when it comes to centaurs because they do
Oh,
have
absolutely.
a lower horse half, which is, if you've ever seen the durability of horses, very low.
I was gonna say, in the Dark Souls terms of durability, they've got like 20.
Yeah, pretty much. Because apparently, this is a fun fact I learned recently. Horse legs aren't actually legs; they are fingers.
Oh, don't talk
Yes.
about that. It's so weird.
And that's why they don't heal right. Because they're fingers. I'm just-
Nature.
And I'm just
So many
like,
questions.
oh, that's horrifying. And now all I can imagine is a thumb, but it's a horse.
Jesus Christ.
Delete this.
Now apparently, so John just literally drops out of the sky and lands in Japan, and then the Japanese government's like, we have totally procedures for this from people dropping from space. Here, have a house. Also, here, have a monster.
Here is, ladies and gentlemen, a soldier from the future landed in our midst. What do? It's easy. We have a simple plan for this. Step 1, pretend like he's an isekai protagonist. Step 2, give him a monster girlfriend.
She would make routine checkups on Mia and make her goal to remind John not to have sex with her. Even though
That's-
John didn't understand what she meant at first. Yeah, that's actually accurate.
Yeah, I was about to say, if the author doesn't follow up with,
Yeah.
so you know what? I'll give the author credit for this. They
You
understand
really
it.
don't have to worry about any Spartan ever trying to procreate.
Which is good because I think it was what, a 90% chance that they were going to be sterile.
Oh, it was almost a guaranteed sterilization.
But no, wasn't there like one of them that wasn't, and they were like, "Could you please go have a kid? We really want to see what this is like for science." I'm sorry, someone removed my desire to do that.
Yes, even if you weren't sterilized, you do also basically lose that urge. He would add
course.
more locks and protections to his room because Mia would just break into his room every night.
You
It's like
see,
the fucking
by the
elf
way,
orc
I
comic.
appreciate that I appreciate the idea that in the original version, the locks are for his protection. In this version, they're for hers.
It's
Also,
it's literally just because it's annoying.
Yeah, okay, honestly,
also,
don't
let's be
sneak
clear.
up on a war veteran.
Oh God, no,
That-
never, ever.
That'll just end really poorly.
Listen, if you ever think it's funny to surprise the person who was deployed in combat and go up behind them and go surprise or boo or I gotcha,
Mm.
you deserve
Warlord
every
Akbar.
you deserve every single broken bone.
Yeah. And
Yep.
you just gotta really hope they don't have a K bar on them.
Ye-
Some of them do.
I knew one who was so worried that he's like, I need to carry something with me for security, but I don't want it to be a knife. His answer was a baton. It's like, that's still really dangerous. He's like, yeah, but it's a lot harder for me to accidentally kill someone with that.
It's the fastest weapon in the Wild West, right, Max?
I mean, according to Valve,
Cortana isn't my darling. Cortana was laughing at him.
Okay,
It was
first of all,
okay, wow. So
first of all,
so
yes.
while his writing is still absolute fucking garbage and his prose is ass, the author has actually improved to the point where he's actually capable of acknowledging canon.
now, well, I was gonna say, yeah, assuming it's if it's Reach, then yeah, they've actually had no time to bond. Although, to be fair, we also haven't yet gotten the infamous but entertaining line of, your suit's architecture isn't all that different from the Autumn's. Do not.
No, I do believe that already happened. what happened is the Autumn was attacked by the Covenant during slip space this time, apparently. And
No, I believe what they're saying is it happened on their attempt, like as they were going to slip space. The Autumn was already
because
shot.
because he entered a emergency pod, and
Yeah.
instead of landing on the ring, he landed in alternative universe Earth.
So they're saying Cortana somehow really messed up the slip space jump.
Or something, yes.
Okay.
Well, that
So,
means
so the
Covenant
line
found
of
the
your
entire
suit's
Halo,
architecture is similar to the Autumn's has already occurred.
which of course means the Covenant found and fired Halo.
Probably, yeah. No, don't worry. Sergeant Johnson's there.
No, I'm pretty sure Thel would fucking, or yeah, just Thel enemy at that point, not the
No,
Arbiter.
he would have fired it.
Yeah,
Also, to be fair, there's actually assuming that the Autumn still made it to the ring, then the ring would never have fired.
Probably.
Because for one, we know the ring won't fire without reclaimers. The Covenant is incapable of firing the ring.
True.
Which means the Flood just took over another ring, which means the Covenant may or may not. The Covenant is actually guaranteed to win their war because a Prophet's never going to. The Arbiter's never going to have anything happen to him. They're never going to find the second Halo. When they do eventually find another Halo, a Prophet's not going to die, which means the elites aren't going to be replaced, which means the Civil War will never happen, which means humanity will probably be eventually ground out, but even if they aren't...
Unless the whole Covenants get eaten by the Flood and then they eat humanity.
Yeah, I was going to say, even if they don't, it doesn't matter who wins because the Flood have gotten control of, like, 3 of the 6 rings or whatever.
Something like that.
And the only hope is that humanity finds out enough about it to,
so
get
basically,
to the
blah,
arc
blah,
and
blah.
push the
John
button.
had a minor case of PTSD. Cortana corrected him, saying there's no such thing as a minor case of PTSD. Blah, blah, blah. So this is what I'm saying. Like, so the author actually, like, gets some parts right. So, good for that. But he is literally just rewriting canon. It's literally just canon.
But that's okay, because he at least he's sticking enough to canon to be like, yeah, that's not a problem.
Blah, blah, blah. No one knew about John's past. Blah, blah, blah. Cortana got him identities. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. We should have sex. Blah, 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 blah. No. Blah, blah, blah. Wash your hands. This is not a joke. Okay, yeah, author. I don't think you're qualified to be giving health advice, but yes, please do wash your hands. It's kind of sad how few people do.
I don't need to wash my hands. I got fucking immunities to shit. I don't need to wash my
Anyway.
hands.
As such, it's about 2 hours. So I will bid you all a fond farewell. And remind you that we will be here every Tuesday and Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. barring tech issues. And looking forward to seeing you guys on Friday, because as always, there's always more, and it always gets worse.